The call came while I was feet underwater. No warning. No explanation. Just one sentence that cracked my world open. Sir, your daughter is dead. For a second, the ocean around me froze. I could breathe. And move. And think. Why what? My voice didn't sound like mine. Your daughter, sir, there was a shooting, and sorry. My team would later tell me I shot upward so fast I broke protocol and nearly broke my ribs. But I don't remember surfacing. I only remember one name echoing in my skull. The 1-year-old disabled daughter. The sweetest, softest part of my existence. I was airlifted into the transport helicopter still dripping in wet combat gear. A Navy SEAL, trained to stay calm under gunfire and explosions, no shaking like a leaf in a hurricane. Lily wasn't supposed to die. She wasn't supposed to be outside alone. She wasn't supposed to. This had to be a mistake. A helicopter slammed down minutes later. My wife's brother died. Trembling was waiting for me. He didn't speak at first. He just hugged me. And he whispered. It was Patricia Holloway. My blood turned black. The whole president. The woman who harassed us for 2 years over grass-high trash cans, and even the color of Lily's wheelchair ramp. What did she do? I asked Hollow. He swallowed. She shot Lily twice. Rebecca, my wife, told me the rest later. Lily had been outside in her pink wheelchair, playing with her dolls. She couldn't walk because of cerebral palsy, but sunlight made her smile. Patricia walked over with a tape measure and camera, ranting about the grass being half an inch too long. Then she saw Lily. And for reasons no sane adult will ever understand, she began yelling at a disabled child. Where's your mother? Answer me. Lily struggled with speech. She tried to point toward the house. But that wasn't fast enough for Patricia. And talking to you, don't you dare ignore me. The neighbors later testified Patricia looked unhinged, aggressive, shaking with rage over nothing. When Lily tried to wheel away, Patricia blocked her wheelchair. You people think you can ruin this neighborhood with your ramps and your special treatment. I run this hole. You follow my rules. Lily got scared. She cried. She called out. Mama. And Patricia said the last sentence my daughter ever heard. Stop making that noise. Rebecca ran outside then. She saw Patricia towering over Lily. Saw Lily shaking. Saw her baby trying to turn her wheelchair away, but stuck blocked. Get away from my daughter. Rebecca shouted. It's a violation. Patricia snapped. Your brass is illegal. And your daughter? What about my daughter? Rebecca demanded. She lowers property values. Rebecca slapped her. Just once. A slap driven by 2 years of harassment and 10 seconds of watching your baby terrorized. Patricia stumbled back, then reached into her jacket and pulled out a gun. Rebecca froze. Patricia put that away. But she didn't. She turned the gun toward my daughter. Lily sobbed. Rebecca lunged forward. The first shot hit my daughter in the chest. The second hit Rebecca in the leg as she tried to shield Lily with her own body. By the time neighbors reached them, Lily was gone. My little girl died in my wife's arms over half an inch of grass. I stood beside a tiny white casket decorated with Lily's favorite stickers, blue butterflies and cartoon princesses. Rebecca, still on crutches, clung to my hand with trembling fingers. Half my SEAL team stood behind us. But nothing made the world feel safer. I placed Lily's favorite stuffed bunny inside the casket and whispered, I'm sorry, baby, that could save you. 2 days later, Patricia's lawyer held a press conference. He said she was the real victim. He said Rebecca was unstable. He said Patricia feared for her life. He never mentioned Lily's disability. Never mentioned the wheelchair. Just painted Patricia as a hero who panicked. I stared at the tea in the hospital room and felt rage eat me alive. The judge watched the security footage. He paled. He gripped the bench. He whispered, my God, she shot a child. He sent Patricia to trial for first-degree murder. As they led her past us, she finally looked at me. Not with fear. Not with guilt. With irritation. Something dark broke inside me. I lunged toward her. 4 SEAL teammates tackled me. But it didn't matter, a lawyer smirked. Now he could claim our family was violent. The prosecution showed everything. Footage. Witnesses. Medical reports. And the defense began. And everything shifted. They called Patricia a pillar of the community. They showed evidence of her anxiety. They brought in experts who implied families of disabled kids were unstable. They attacked Rebecca's medical history. And Patricia testified herself. She cried on command. She shook like a terrified grandmother. I didn't mean to shoot the child, she whispered. I was afraid for my life. Some jurors cried with her. 3 days later, the jury returned. On the charge of first-degree murder, not guilty. Rebecca collapsed. On the charge of second-degree murder, not guilty. My world tilted. On the charge of voluntary manslaughter, guilty. A punch to the soul. Voluntary manslaughter meant a maximum of years. With good behavior. 7 years for killing my daughter. Patricia cried with relief. Her lawyer hugged her. I left the courtroom without speaking to anyone. I drove to Lily's grave. I sat on the grass until night fell. I failed you, I whispered. I couldn't protect you. I couldn't give you justice. For the first time since she died, I broke. Completely. A dark thought crept into my mind. I thought I had the training to execute. I could kill Patricia. Easily. Solidly. Untraceably. My fists clenched into the dirt. And I saw Rebecca's face in my mind. Broken, hollow, carrying our unborn child. If I killed Patricia, he'd go to prison. Rebecca would lose her husband. My unborn daughter would grow up fatherless. Patricia would win again. I couldn't give her that. Instead of killing her, I fought the system. I started a foundation in Lily's name. I spoke to lawmakers. I pushed for HOA reform. 3 states passed new laws protecting disabled families. It wasn't justice for Lily. It was something she would have been proud of. Patricia died 4 years into her sentence from a heart attack. I did attend her funeral. And say her name again. Rebecca gave birth to our second daughter. We named her Lily just like she wanted. She's 6 now. She has her sister's eyes warm brown, glowing. Sometimes I find Rebecca standing in the doorway of the original Lily's room, crying softly as she touches the drawings on the wall. The grief never leaves. We just learn to carry it. And when my second Lily asks, Daddy, why do I have a sister in heaven? I kneel, kiss her forehead and say, because heaven needed an angel. And your big sister was the bravest one I ever knew. I could save her. I couldn't get her justice. But I kept her memory alive. And somewhere, I hope my baby girl knows. Her father never stopped fighting for her. Not for 1 second.